fire is always the hardest to make when you need it the most. I mean, when it's nice outside, it's warm, it's dry. You usually don't need fire to such a degree, and that's when it's easiest to make it. So you always look for any little advantage you can have to get yourself ahead of the game, right? So a lot of people walk around with Tinder pouches and things like that. Those are great ideas. And the people who do that notice that the bottom of that Tinder bag is always the best stuff in terms of primitive firecraft, whether it's bow drill, hand drill, flint and steel. The bottom of that bag is the finest shavings. It's almost powdery. And of course, that's the bread and butter, right, of trying to get something lit from an ember or a spark or coal, whatever it may be. But there's another thing too, that if you are always in a habit of putting your tinder in the same places, even if you don't have a bag on you. And I always pick one of my pockets on some of my clothing, and this happens to be one of my pockets. And over time, you develop a nice tinder sort of ball, if you will. I'm having trouble grabbing any of it. There we go. But this little bit could be the difference of getting your fire going or not. And I had used a bunch earlier, so I don't have a lot with me now, but I still have enough to do whatever I would need to do to get some initial flame. So it could be, I know, cargo pants, especially on a multi-day type of outing. And when you of course, you have the mentality of gathering things. When you come across it, put it in that pocket. And that whole time you're putting it in your pocket, by the end of that trip, stuff has become so, powdered. Now, provided you can keep things dry, and something like this I would keep dry. I have a poncho with me, and it is calling for rain. Very good chance of rain today, and it should be coming shortly. So I have a poncho, and the poncho would go on me. This will always be dry. This will too, down here in the cargo pants. So be aware of that. Just like someone would put their tinder in a pouch, you can put it in a Ziploc bag. Whatever you want to do. Or in my case, like I said, I wear a lot of the same things over and over again, and I keep jamming tinder always in this pocket. I may use 99% of it today, but this comes back home with me, and the next time I go out, and the next time, and before you know it, you can get a nice pinch of, good, dry, powdery tinder. And that is the best stuff. And that's a good advantage you have just by something little like that, but repeated time and time again. And be cognizant that you have that on you. And that's gotten me fires quickly. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.